In the last two sessions, we have understood about what is the basics of accounting, what is accounting, what is financial statement, what are the steps involved in accounting, and then we have understood how to install Tally. The main purpose of our session is to get us understand how to pass the entries for the printing and stationery project which we are doing. So till now, whatever we have taken was just an introduction part. Now we are going to the practical aspects of learning accounting in Tally. So till now, any doubt you have, please tell me, ask me if you have any doubt. Otherwise, I'll proceed further. Any doubt? Has everyone installed Tally in their system? Has everyone installed Tally in the system? Last class, I have shown you how to install Tally. Yes. Is everyone having Tally? Because today's session will be more practical. So our target for today is 1, we are going to learn how to create company. 2, we are going to learn how to create ledgers, how to create company in Tally, and how to create ledgers in Tally. These 2 things we are going to see today in Tally. Fine. So before starting, some theory part we'll take regarding the Tally aspect. So we have seen that there are some 11 steps involved in account. What is step 1? What is step 1 in accounts maintenance? What is the step 1? So identifying and journalizing the transactions. Step 2, journalizing or recording the transaction. Yes. Step 2, posting the transaction to the ledger. Step 3, balancing. Step 4, balancing the ledger and preparing the trial balance. Step 5, classifying. Very good. We are classifying the ledgers into different groups. Step 6, preparation of financial statements, your balance sheet and P&L. Before that, we find out the closing stock. These are all the steps which is involved. Now, when you come to Tally, certain steps will cut out. See, whatever till now you have seen in your books of accounts or in your accounting class is that the theoretical aspects of accounting. There is some difference between accounts which we maintain manually and difference between accounts when we maintain in a software. Now, why do we use software? The purpose of using the software is to save the time. The main purpose is by saving the time, saving paper. Yes, all those things are there. Main purpose is saving the time. What is when a financial statement is given to you, where do you spend a lot of time? When a financial statement is given to you for preparation, where is the time where you spend a lot? Which posting? No. Ledger? No. One place you find difficulty. If one small mistake you make, you find difficulty, you spend hours, then also you don't get it. Where is one place? Preparing the trial balance and balancing the trial balance. Yes. So this is the biggest challenge. You always or most of the time find that the trial balance is not tallied. Accounting is a dual entry system. Every debit will have every credit. That means what? Your trial balance should be tallied. If your trial balance is not tallied, then you waste time, lot of time in identifying where you made a mistake because of which there is a difference in the trial balance. Yes, this is the biggest challenge everyone is facing. Yes or no? Accounting entry, journal entry will pass based on the rules. Then you do the posting. Then you do the balancing. You prepare the trial balance. To balance the trial balance, that is debit balance, credit balance matching, that is where a lot of time is being spent. Sometimes in cases where the difference was 1 paise, but when they reconcile the differences, it came to crores. So you can just imagine that The volume of difference is not important. Why difference? That is the importance in accounts. So when it comes to computerized accounting, this and all is saved. This time is saved. So when it comes to computerized accounting, what are the steps? Now, first step in computerized accounting is, can someone tell me what is the first step in computerized accounting? First step in, okay, very good. Creation of a company. Very good. So first step in accounting is creation of a company. In manual books of account, we prepare, take some new books of accounts and then create the company. But in any accounting software, the first step is creation of company. Now we are going to learn Tally. That doesn't mean that you cannot learn all the other software. If you understand the fundamentals, any software you can use. For accounting software, the fundamentals are same. What will be the first step? First step is creation of company. What is second step? What is second step? No. That's why I'm asking you. I know that I have not said what is the second step. You have to tell me. Think some. When it comes to computerized, will you directly record a transaction? Yes, very good. Creation of ledgers. The second step in Tally is creation of ledgers. See, now here two options are there. One, the company may be a new company. Second, the company may be a existing company. Am I clear? Did you understand? When you prepare books of accounts, there may be two types of company. One, it is a new company. Second is a existing company. Now, what do you mean by new company? What do you mean by existing company? You are preparing the accounts for the company first time, or it is a newly formed company, then it is a new company, right? Now, existing company means what? I have been preparing accounts manually for the past 20 years. This year, I am starting my accounts in Tally for the first time. That means what? It is an existing company. New company means a newly formed company where it does not have any opening database. Existing company means where you have an existing database. Is it clear? Did you understand this? A new company and an existing company? Yes. Now, when it comes to existing company, what data you have? You tell me now. I have spoken about some data which existing company has. In an existing company, what is the data you have, which is not there in a new company? Tell me the specific word. I want specific. Always be specific. Specific is terrific. What is there? Yes. What trial balance? It is called opening trial balance or closing trial balance? Yes. So you will have a opening trial balance in case of a existing company, and in case of a new company, you don't have a opening trial balance, right? So step one is creation of company. Step two is creation of ledgers. Now, if there is an existing company, then we are going to create the ledgers first. Now, when we create the ledgers for existing company, what data we should provide? Step two is creation of ledgers. Now we are creating the ledgers. When you create the ledgers, what data you provide? What data will you provide when you create a ledger? Ledger, I am creating ledger creation. We have not gone to voucher entry or journalization. When I create a ledger, what are the important aspects which you think will be necessary? Very good. Head of accounts, type of ledger. So these and all are called as grouping. These and all are called as Grouping, cash, where will it sit? Cash, which report will it come? If I create a ledger called as cash, where should this cash be fixed or provided in my report? Cash. Where will cash reflect in my report? What are the two reports, important reports in accounts? What are the two important reports in accounts? Yes, only two. So cash will come in where? Yes, balance sheet. In balance sheet where? Asset. In asset where? Specific is terrific. In life, always be very specific when you are asking or giving. Current asset, right? So in Tally, when you create a ledger, the first thing, important thing which you need to take care is that the grouping. What do you mean by grouping? Under which group? See, software does not have brain. We only have brain. Software works based on the coding. So based on the grouping what you create, it will show that ledger either in balance sheet or P&L or trading account, wherever it is. If you show the wrong grouping, I create a ledger called cash and I say expenses where it will show. I create a ledger called cash and I say that will Tally that this is grouped under expenses. Where will it show? Where will it show? Which report will it show? I create a ledger called as cash and group it under expenses. Yes, again specific P&L. It will show in P&L. Sir, what is this Tally, sir? I have created cash ledger. It does not have brain. It is showing in P&L account. Whose mistake? Whose mistake? You have created wrongly. So very, very important aspect is whenever you are creating a ledger, first thing where this ledger will be reflected or where this ledger should be reflected. Based on that only you have to create the grouping. Okay, printing and stationery, where will it come? Printing and stationery, where will it come? Which report? Which report? Yes, very good. Correct, asset. P&L, printing and stationery is expenses. If I buy stock, I'm a trader in printing and stationery goods and I buy stock, pencil, razor, where will it come? Where will it come? My closing stock will come where? Where will my closing stock come? Balance sheet and P&L, right? So two places. Okay, I have taken a loan from bank. Where will it come? What is the grouping? I have taken a loan from bank. What is the grouping? Specific. It is loan, secured loan, unsecured loan, right? Okay, the terminology, you have given current liability. So it is a loan. Loan is secured loan, unsecured loan. Fine. I have purchased shares. I have purchased shares. I have purchased shares of some company. Where will it come? Or I have purchased mutual fund. Where? I have purchased share, not as a capital. Specific. Where in balance sheet? Yes, investment. Right? So I have paid a rental advance. Where will it come? Rental advance, asset, where in asset? Think and tell. Be specific. Prepaid. Again, rental advance is not a prepaid expenditure. It is a deposit. Under loans and advances or current asset. I am paying salary. Where will it come? Salary. Where in P&L? Expenses. I am selling goods. I am selling goods. Sales. Now understood. So this is what is grouping in Tally. Our step 2 is creation of a ledger. So first item, you create a ledger. Second is you group it. Based on the grouping only, the reporting will appear. When you see any report and you find the ledger, that this ledger should not be here. What is the mistake you have made? You have made a mistake of classifying the ledger wrongly at the time of ledger creation. At the time of ledger creation, you have made the wrong classification. So this is what is called as a grouping in Tally. What other information you will give? In creation of ledger, one, you have selected the ledger name, typed the ledger name, created the group. Third information, what you are going to give. What is the third information which you are giving to give in a ledger creation? Already I have said this is an existing company. So what detail you will give? Think and tell. See, why I am making you to think is only when you think you will know, okay, these things and all will come or this may come. What is COPTB? Is what will be, what are we going to provide while creating the ledger? We are going to provide the opening balance. Say I am creating cash in hand. It is an existing company. Will there be an opening balance? Yes or no? Will there be an opening balance? Yes. So that how much opening balance? 10,000, 12,000. That will be my opening balance. That opening balance I have to provide. When I provide opening balance, what should I give? I have to give whether it is a debit balance or credit balance. So ledger classification, based on what group you select, Tally will automatically select the debit balance or credit balance ledger. So this is with regard to the second step, that is creation of ledger. Is it clear till now? Ledger creation? Yes? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can unmute your mic and talk. Fine. Now next, what is the step 3? What is step 3? Think and tell me what will be the step 3. First step, creation of the company. Second step is ledger creation. Third step. What is third step? Think what can be the third step? No, balancing account will come only after passing voucher entry. After the entry, balancing is after the entries. Classification of ledger we have done at the time of ledger creation. This is related to one item which is not there in your trial balance. This is related to one item which is not there in your trial balance. You are going to create each stock item, right? Not the closing stock. The third step, first step company creation, second step ledger creation, third step is not valuation, creation of stock item. Creation of stock item. For your Vidya Saadhan project, what is your stock item? What are the stock item you are going to create? Tell me. Yes, yes, pen. Be specific. Again and again, I'm telling, stationery is not specific. Pencil, which brand? Are you going to just create pencil or based on brand? Is there only one brand available? Is there two brand? So you have to be very, very careful. When it comes to stock item, again, when you create stock item, what is that you need to do? You have to provide the grouping. Now, what is the grouping? Two types of grouping are there. Say I am buying a pen, say Trimax pen or some other pen, Reynolds pen. So what is the grouping you can give? When you create a stock item, what is the grouping you can give? Say Pilot pen or Trimax pen, what is the grouping you can give for easy identification? Grouping is pen, okay? So another category of grouping is called as either company wise. If you want to give, you can give. So when you create stock item, what is important thing is there also you need to provide a grouping. Why we provide the grouping? Reason is that say I want to find out what is my total stock of pen. Then I select the pen grouping. I will know all the pens, what are the grouping is there. Or I want to know what are the different stock available of Apsara company. Then I can change my grouping as company name instead of pen. So either the company name wise grouping you can keep, or you can keep the category wise like pen, pencil, sharpener, eraser, or ink pen, or whatever categories you can create. Is it clear? Yes. So when you create a stock item for an existing company, one, what you are going to create is the stock item name. Second, what you are going to create is the stock group. Third, what is important for stock item? What is important for stock item? Third part, important for stock item. Price. Yes, standard cost also you can provide. Selling price also you can provide. Brand and all is grouping part. The next part is the quantity, right? So what is quantity? Quantity means now pen comes in what numbers? Milk comes in, pen comes in number. That is next thing we are going to create is a unit of measurement. So pen will come in what? Quantities, yes, or numbers. Milk will come in, liters. Ropes will come in, meters, right? So every product has different units. So you are going to create a different unit. And sometimes in unit, what happens when you buy in dozens, but when you sell, you may sell in single pieces. When you buy in dozen. When you sell, single piece, single quantity. So what is the formula? 1 dozen equal to 12. So these kind of alternate units also we can provide. Okay, so understood? So first part, stock item name. Second part, grouping. Third part is the unit of measurement. We provide the unit of measurement. Then what we are going to provide is the method of valuation of stock. Already I have taken in stock. That stock is the most quickest part in any business. So that valuation is required to be done. Various methods are available. So that valuation method also we have to provide. Apart from valuation, what will we provide? If it is an existing company, we are also going to provide the opening stock quantity, opening value, these two things, and rate. So these two things we are going to provide. So these are the items which we are going to provide at the time of stock item creation. So in detail, see, first I'm taking theory because by taking practical, if this is in your background, you will understand it more better, right? So first step, creation of company. Second step is your ledger item creation. Third step is stock item creation. What is your fourth step? What is your fourth step? What is your fourth step? No grouping. Grouping already you have created at the time of ledger creation. Fourth important step. First step, one time. Second step, third step, one time activity, or whenever new ledger is created. Fourth step, what is the fourth important step? Think and tell me. You have created company, created the ledgers, then what do? Quantity, price. No, those and all you have created in the stock item. Trial balance. Why trial balance? Maybe you have created ledgers, you will check the opening balance, that's okay. What is that called specifically? It is called as journalizing the transaction you do in your books of accounts. Yes. In Tally, we call it as voucher entry. So what is journalizing of transaction? In Tally, the next step, step 4 is passing of voucher entry. It is passing of the voucher entry. Step 4 is passing of voucher entry. Now, what is this passing of voucher entry? It is nothing but journalizing the transaction. What transaction you journalize in Tally called as voucher entry. Now, what are the different types of voucher entry? What are the different types of voucher entry? Can someone tell me? Credit voucher. Yes, sales is one type of voucher entry. Cash memo means what? Cash payment is one type of voucher entry. Then debit voucher, credit note, debit note. Yes, one type of voucher entry. Then invoices, sales. So sales is one voucher entry. Nothing called account voucher. It is common. Non-cash voucher. It is called as a journal. Non-cash voucher is called as a journal. Okay, very good. When you buy goods, what do you do? When you buy goods, what do you do? What is that voucher type called as? When you buy goods, purchase is one voucher entry. Okay, so voucher entry, if you see, very limited numbers. What are they? One is your purchase, that is a voucher type. Two is a sale, that is a voucher type. Three is a payment, that is a voucher type. Four is a receipt, that is a voucher type. Five is a journal, that is a voucher type. Then your debit note and credit note. Totally 7 which are common. One is your payment, sorry, purchase, then your sales voucher, then your payment voucher, then your receipt voucher, journal voucher, debit note, and credit note. So next step is passing the voucher entry. Your day-to-day transactions. Your day-to-day transaction, you are going to pass the voucher entry. What are all your day-to-day transaction in your Vidya Saadhan? What are your day-to-day transaction? When you sit in the Vidya Saadhan sales, so sales, what you're going to pass? Sales voucher entry. Very good. Then what are the different types of transaction? Purchase, yes, very good. You pass purchase entry. Bank payment, you deposit whatever amount is collected and school is asking you to deposit in the bank, then bank payment entry, that is called as contra entry. See, contra entry also one voucher type. Cash deposit is contra entry. Then stock entry is part of your sales. Sales return is your credit note, very good. Then receipt from the customers. Say we are making a credit sale, then receipt from the customers. So purchase return, sales return. So these are all the common voucher entries. So now I think you are able to link your transaction with the voucher entry. So step 1, company creation. Step 2, ledger creation. Step 3, inventory creation. Step 4, voucher entry. What is your step 5? What is your step 5? Step 5 is passing the closing entries. So in the year end, normally we pass the closing entries or the adjustment entries. For you now, that is not required that much, but just for your understanding. So otherwise, our step 5 will be reporting. That's it. Only 5 steps. Only 5 steps are there when you maintain the accounts in Tally. Right? No balancing. Once you pass a voucher entry, automatically posting is done. Automatically balancing is done. Automatically profit and loss is prepared. Automatically trial balance is prepared. Automatically balance sheet is prepared. So your 5th step is only checking the reports. Understood? Yes. So by using a software, what happens is many of your accounting steps are being reduced. You use only one, creation of company once in a lifetime of the company. Then creation of ledger one time, or when you need new ledgers, at that time you create. Creation of a stock item, that is again one time activity. Or when you add new stock item, at that time you will do. 4th item is very, very important, which is a regular activity, passing of voucher entry. And then automatically your reporting becomes automatic, that is your trial balance is automatic. Then from trial balance, automatically Tally prepares the balance sheet, P&L, ratio analysis, all your reports, even the valuation of stock is done in Tally. So these are the steps we are going to learn in the next 2-3 classes. If you understand these steps, that means you understand the basics of accounting. We have not included the GST part and the TDS part, only the basic level without the statutory. Now, till now, is it clear? Till now, did you understand the steps? Yes or no? Any doubt you have, you can ask me. Okay, now step 1. What is step 1? What is step 1? Creation of a company. Step 2. Creation of a ledger. In creation of ledger, what we have to be careful about? 2 things. One is grouping. Very good. And another one is grouping is a type of head. Another one, if it is an existing company, create a ledger. Opening balance. And for opening balance, debit and credit balance. Very good. Next step. Step 3. What is step 3? Creation of a stock item. Very good. In stock item, what you have to be careful about? Grouping of stock. Yes. Then you have to be careful about unit of measurement and the opening balance and valuation. Valuation also we provide in the stock. Step 4. Step 4, passing of voucher entry. What are the different voucher entries which we can pass? What are the different voucher entries which we can pass? Sales, very good. Purchase, very good. Debit note, payment, receipt, contra entries, journal entries, right? And we can also pass some stock journal also, that will show you when we are going to see the tally part. And then last step 5. Reports. So final reports. What are the reports? What are the reports which is generated by tally automatically? Trial balance, balance sheet, then trading and profit and loss account, then other ratio analysis, ledger accounts. So a lot of reports have been created. So till now, is everything, you got a whole picture of what we are going to learn in tally practically? Fine. Now I'll share you the tally. So now we are going to learn how to create a company. So I request everyone to please open the tally. Even if it is in educational mode, don't worry. Already I have shown you in the last class. It will show you educational mode. Don't worry. Only one restriction: in educational mode, you cannot pass the entries on a daily date. That's it. So is everyone tally open? Is everyone open the tally? Open the tally, everyone. I'll give you 30 seconds. Can everyone see the screen, tally screen? Yes. Okay. So now is anyone's tally still pending to be open? Has everyone opened the tally? So you have to now go with me slowly, step by step. I will do one step, then you try the same in your tally. So I'll give you time. Don't be in a hurry. Step by step, we will do. So is everyone tally open? Is anyone pending? Shall we proceed further? So now you can see this screen. This is a tally screen. On the top, what and all its items are there. I'll explain on a later part. First, we'll create a company. For creating company, where you should go, you can see the screen, create company. Yes, create company. First, see here. When I tell that, you go to tally and then see. Then you go first watch my Zoom video and then go and do in your tally when I give you time. So now go to create company and then press enter. Everyone go to create company and then press enter. Now you go to your tally screen and press enter. Once you have done, type Y in the chat box. Fine. So now you see we are into the company creation screen. We are into the company creation screen. So here, first thing is the company data path. By default, whenever you create a company, one path is created. That is users, public. If it is not necessary that same path you will have, everyone will have the same path. Some of you may be having a different path also. That means what? Whatever company you are going to create, that will be stored in this company data path. So to go to get shift tab, if you press shift tab or backspace, you can see the company path, but you don't need to go. Just for your information, I'm telling you to go one step back, shift and tab. Anywhere in tally, you press enter, enter, enter. Last time I said two keys are important: enter, enter, enter for going forward. For going back, escape, escape, escape. So one step back, it is shift plus tab key. Shift plus tab key. So first we are going to give the company name. So what is your company name that you are going to create? Say my company name is Vinod, Kothari and Company. I'll create a company name, Vinod, Kothari and Company. Suresh Industries, Suresh Industries. So whatever is your company name. So now what is your purpose for learning is for Vidya. What is Vidya Saadhan or Vidya Saadhan? What is the correct name for the project?
It's Vidya Saadhan.
Vidya Saadhan. So we are going to create a company name. Now in tally, whenever you use, avoid full caps. Avoid full caps. When you create a ledger, automatically the first letter will be capitalized. So no need to worry about shift and tab and all, nothing. You just keep on typing without the shift key. Just type, automatically the first letter will become caps. So I'll create the company name D.A.V hyphen Vidya Saadhan and hyphen what the school name or the school area. Say for example, boys or girls school or Rayapeta, right? So this way you are going to give. Now don't do it practically. Wait a minute. When I am teaching you, follow, see this screen. When I tell you that now you type, then only you go and type. Otherwise, you will not follow me. So first you are giving me to give a company name and then you press enter. So you will get the same name below, that is the mailing name. Now, then you give the address. So I'll give Gopalpuram, Chennai. Right? So now you go to tally, give the company name, give D.A.V hyphen Vidya Saadhan hyphen which school you belong. Maybe Roypeta, area wise or some other things. You can just give the description and then give your address. Simple address you can give, not necessarily the full address. If you know full address, you can give the full address. I'll give you 1 minute time. Type the company name, mailing name should come, address should come. And once you complete it, type Y in the chat box. Follow with me, don't be in hurry and do your work. We have to go in the same pace, then only we will be able to learn. Once you have done, type Y. And state you select Tamil Nadu. State you have to select Tamil Nadu. And your pin code. I don't know what is your pin code. Some pin code I'm giving. So till pin code you complete it. Once you have done, type Y. So we are not in hurry. Importance is you have to do it correctly. What is important is you have to do it correctly. Slowly we will do. We'll take some time and do. We have ample time. Our purpose will be solved. Just not taking a session and then going. End of the day, after end of this 6th or 7th session, every one of you who have joined this course should know how to pass accounting entries in Tally. This will not only help you in your accounts or in your school Vidya Saadhan, but also it will help you in maintaining your own accounts also, helping your parents in maintaining their accounts also. Don't take slowly, step by step, try to learn. Till pin code you have to provide, give the company name, D.A.V, Vidya Saadhan -Roypeta. Why we are giving this is for us to identify when a report is presented to the school, they can identify by looking at the name that, okay, this belongs to Gopalpuram Boys Higher Secondary School or some other area or Chengalpet. So for that purpose, our name should define that. If everyone gives D.A.V Vidya Saadhan, then the report reader will not know which branch this report belongs to. Yes, everyone has done. Anyone pending? Any doubt here? Anyone is struck? Fine. We will go to the next part. So again, come back to the screen. Come back to the Zoom screen. Don't be in Tally. Is everyone in Zoom screen? Right. So now we have provided the pin code. These and all details you can just ignore it. Later on, you can use it. Next, financial year from and books beginning from. So these two concepts you need to understand. When does a financial year begin? When does a financial year begin in India? If financial year is beginning on 1st April, then the books beginning will be from? Very good. It is from 1st April to 31st March. So books beginning will be same. Yes, is everyone on the same page? Financial year will always begin on 1st of April. Maybe in some other country, it may be 1st of January. Books beginning from will also be the same date. But in case of a new company, say I am starting a new company today. I am starting a new company today. What is today's date? 2nd October. 2nd October is today's date. Then for me, what will be the financial year beginning from? What will be the financial year beginning from? Very good. Ishikant, it is 1st April. So financial year, whether it is a new company or existing company, it will always be 1st of April. Now, for me, new company you are creating now in Tally, then what will be the books beginning from? Yes, very good, Nora. It is books beginning from will be 2nd October, right? So when there will be a difference between financial year and books beginning from is only when a new company is created during that year. then only books beginning date will change to the new company formation date. Otherwise, both will be 1st April 22 or 1st April, whatever year it is. Is it clear? Only in case of new company, books beginning date will change to 2nd October. Why? Why should we provide books beginning date as 2nd October for new company? So that by mistake also, we don't pass an entry prior to the company creation. So when I have formed the company, today I have formed. So whatever my income, expenses, payment, receipt, sales, purchase will be, it will be after 2nd October only. It cannot be to a prior date. So to avoid these mistakes, these dates we have to provide. Is it clear? Did you understand this? Books beginning from, financial year from? Yes. So now for you, nothing has to change. I think for you also, it is April 2022. If it is not April 2022, then you can put April 2022 for books beginning from and financial year from. For your Vidya Saadhan project, if there is any specific start date, that is say any school is going to start the project from tomorrow, from Monday, then in that case, give the books beginning from as 3rd October. Otherwise, what is the beginning date? That date you can provide. Otherwise, if it is already created in the previous year, then you have to provide 1st of April, 1st of April. Okay. So date of inception should not always be given in the books beginning from. Only in the financial year in which you are creating a company, then only books beginning date of formation you have to provide. Otherwise, say for example, I have created my company in last year. I have created my company in last year, 12th January. Right? And this time I'm maintaining my, I am opening a company in Tally now for this financial year. My financial year will be from what? 1st April 22. Books beginning will be what? Again 1st April. I should not put 1st January, my date of formation. Only in case of new company creation, books beginning from will change. Okay? Is it clear? Now everyone, then press enter, enter. You don't need to change the base currency symbol. No need to change formal name. Just enter, enter, enter. That's it. Your company is created and you will get this screen. So everyone, I'll give you 30 seconds time. Press enter, enter, enter and come to this screen. Once you have come to this company created successful screen and enable the feature screen, type Y in the chat box. Only enter, 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 nothing else. No changes you have to make in the dates. Anyone still working on it? Has everyone created? Type P if you're still working or you're struck, type P, or you can ask the chat box. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. I hope everyone is on the same page we are following. So you should be in the company created successfully screen. Fine. So now we'll proceed further. Come back to the Zoom screen. Come back to the Zoom screen. See here, not in detail I'm going to explain, but just certain basic things. See, when you create a company, in Tally, what happens? A new company is created. Along with that, what happens? All the grouping, that is default grouping for your balance sheet and P&L is created by Tally. What are all the default groups for your balance sheet and P&L? Can someone tell me what are the default groups for balance sheet and P&L? What are the default grouping for balance sheet and P&L? What are all the default grouping? Specific, be specific. I want very, very specific. Current asset, current liability, shareholders fund. It's called as capital fund in Tally, that you can rename it. Yes, investment, direct expense, indirect expense, purchase grouping, sales grouping, current liability grouping, cash grouping, bank grouping, closing stock grouping. These and all groupings are created by default. Only if you need to create a subgroup, then only you need to create. Otherwise, grouping need not be created. For your level, we will not go to subgroup level. First, understand, when you create a ledger, you need to classify that ledger. That is called as a grouping. All the groupings are created in Tally. Okay, and two default ledgers are created. By default, two ledgers are already created. What are the two ledgers which are already created is cash in hand and profit and loss account. By default, what happens? All the group required for preparation of your ledger account is created. Only two ledger accounts are created. What are the two ledgers which are created? One is cash in hand and second is profit and loss account, which is created by default. Okay, is it clear? What are the two ledgers which is created by default in Tally? What are the two ledgers which are created by default in Tally? I want you to type in the chat box. One is cash in hand and second is profit and loss account. So cash in hand is already created. If you want to provide it, then you have to provide alter the ledger, that we'll see in the next part. Right? So these are the default ledger creation. Now, when we see this company creation screen, once the company is created successfully, it will show you something about what as features. Right? Features is that. So one is feature and second one is configuration. One is feature and second one is configuration. What do you mean by this feature is, see, there are so many things in accounts. When it comes to practically accounts, there are so many things. What is the first part? One is the accounting part. Second is the inventory part. Third is the statutory part. Fourth is the payroll part. In Tally, you can maintain your ledger accounts. You can maintain your stock accounts. You can even maintain your statutory accounts for the purpose of reporting purpose. And you can even maintain the payroll. And some sub features are there. Like say, for example, for debtors, we need bill-wise details. For loan creditors, we need interest calculation details. These are all called as features. So whenever a company is created, we have to select which and all feature would you require. But for your level, I'm not going to take in detail, but you need to understand by default, whatever is there, that is enough for us. We are not going to make any change. Whatever is there for you by default, that is enough. You are not going to make any change. In advanced level, you can learn that. Now, maintain accounts means what? I want to maintain accounts. Yes. Enable bill-wise details for sundry debtor and sundry creditor. Whatever bill I am raising, one bill-wise pending is created so that I can adjust the payment and receipts against that. Cost center interest calculation are the additional features. Then maintain inventory. Yes. Integrate accounts with inventory. That I'll talk about that later on. So these four are by default, which is required for us and which is more than enough for us. And last, you can see this goods and services tax. Only one thing you need to make a change. This goods and services tax, you make as no. Just double click on that, it will become no. We are not going to maintain GST now, so we'll not confuse ourselves with GST. Just double click on GST, goods and services tax, and make it no. And then save it. Again, how to save? Enter, enter, till you go to the end. Enter, accept, that's it. So everyone, I'll give you 30 seconds time. Make your goods and services no, rest only 4 years should be there. Once you have done, type Y in the chat box. Once you have done, type Y in the chat box. Okay. So now we go to the next part. This is called as what? This screen is called as gateway of Tally. So whenever you discuss or you want to talk with someone that where I am in Tally, because everywhere in Tally, enter, 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 escape, escape, escape. So this screen is called as what? Gateway of Tally. Now this contains your day-to-day activities. This is the menu which are available. The first menu is masters. The first menu is what? Master. Now, what do you mean by this master? Any creation you want to do, it is called as a master. What you create? You create ledger, you create stock item. So while creating a ledger, you have to go to the master, create. If you want to alter the ledger, I have created a ledger, I want to alter, I want to make some changes in the ledger name or the stock item name, I'll go to the alter. What and all ledgers and stock item you have created, it will come into the chart of accounts. That is how your ledgers have been classified. So first part is what? Masters. Masters means what? Your master reports, your ledger master, your inventory master, your stock master. These are all called as masters. Second part is what? Your transaction part, your voucher entry part. So first part, master, is one-time activity or as and when required. Your day-to-day activity where it will come to your vouchers. So vouchers, what we do? We pass the voucher entry. You can see your day book, that is a journal register. Day book is nothing but your journal register in the day book. So day-to-day activities, where will you pass? Vouchers. Now here you can see in the screen, every item has a capital alphabet with different color. Yes, can you see this? Everyone type Y if you can see this. Every alphabet, every menu will have a capital alphabet with differently colored. Fine. What is that? That is the shortcut key. That is, if you want to go directly to voucher entry, what is the shortcut key? If I want to go directly to the voucher entry, what is the shortcut key? V. Very good. If you type V, directly it will go to the voucher entry. See, if you in life, once you complete your +2 or complete your graduation or post graduation or any professional work, there will be a lot of time management issues. Why? Because we will waste a lot of time in unnecessary activities. Like say, for example, I use the mouse and then go up and down, it will take some time. Instead of that, if I use the shortcut key, then I can work faster. So in future, when you are going to learn the computer, Excel, Tally, or when you are going to use it practically, from the day one, try to use the shortcut keys which are available in the software which you are using. Even in Word or Excel, whatever shortcut keys, I save a lot of time by this. Right? So shortcut keys in life, there is no shortcut keys, but in software, there are shortcut keys which you can use it and save a lot of time. So from the day one, avoid usage of mouse to the extent possible and try to use the shortcut keys. So if I want to create a ledger, what is the shortcut key? If I want to create any ledger or stock item, what is the shortcut key? C. Very good. If I want to see the balance sheet, what is the shortcut key? B. If I want to see the display reports, I want to see the reports, what is the shortcut key? D. If I want to see the chart of accounts, what is the shortcut key? H. Very good. Now on the top also you can find the company. On the top you can find company, data, exchange, import, export, email, print, all those things. So these and all are also again shortcut key. So Single underscore means alt plus that key. You have to press the alt key and that key. So what is the shortcut key for company? Alt plus K. What is the shortcut key for exchange? Alt plus Z. Single underscore means alt and that key. Okay. And then in the right hand side, you can find some button bar. Right hand side, whatever is there, it is called as a button bar. What is the shortcut key for date? Shortcut key for date, what it is? F2, the function key F2. Shortcut key for company, shortcut key F3. So these are all other shortcut keys which are available in the screen. Okay. So your first part is masters, where you create new items. Second part is your voucher entry. Third part is a utility, that is your banking. In bank, what we do when we in accounts, once we complete the bank accounts entry, what do we do? In bank, what do we do? When it comes to bank accounting, some additional work has to be done. What is that called as? Check deposit that not cleared, check issued not cleared. What it is called as? Yes, BRS, right? So BRS we have to do, so the BRS can be done in the banking screen. Then we have our reporting part, different reports we can see. We can see the balance sheet report, the profit and loss report, the stock summary report, the ratio analysis report, and then the display reports, right? So we will just toggle and see what it is. If I want to create any stock item or ledger, then I have to type chart. So I'll type just C. See here you can see that what and all I can create. So if I type C, creation mode, it will go. It will help me to create the groups. It will ask me whether I want to create a group or a ledger or a currency or a voucher type. Lot of details are there. All the details I'm not going to explain, just for your understanding. Then next part, if I go to alter, again it will ask me what do you want to alter. If I go to chart of account, H, type H, then what happens? And select ledger. So you can see here what is the different chart of accounts for the ledger. So what and all ledgers are created? I have already said that by default one ledger is created. That is what? Cash. So here you can see the cash ledger. And another ledger which is created by default is what? Profit and loss account. Here it is created. And all the groups required for your balance sheet ledger creation is already created. What are the groups which are created? Bank account group is created, which will come where? In the current asset, where? Asset, right? So in the asset. So your deposit, where it will come? It will come under current asset, where? In the asset, where? In the balance sheet. Same way, here you can see duties and taxes, where it is coming. Current liability, where? Liabilities. Same way, your direct expenses, indirect expenses, purchases, direct income, indirect income, sales, these and all are your groupings. Then escape. So anywhere you want to go, enter, enter, come back, escape, escape. Then if you want to see a voucher entry, again voucher entry, already I have said different voucher types are there. Right hand side you can see the date, then the contra voucher, payment voucher, receipt voucher, journal voucher, sales voucher, purchase voucher, other vouchers. These things you can see. Then to come out, escape. Then banking, various options are available. Then again escape, go to balance sheet. It will show you balance sheet format. To expand, Alt F1. So here nothing is there. So again P&L you will see the P&L. Since nothing is there, it is not showing anything. Then your stock summary, reports. So various reports are available. So 1 minute time I will give you just to see, experience. Just press enter, check, and then come out. Whatever you want to see, 1 minute time I will give you. And once you have completed, type Y. Just to see and come out. See the creation screen and come out. See the voucher entry screen and come out. 1 minute time I will give you. Just experience that. If you want to use the shortcut key, use the shortcut keys and check what it is. If you want to come out, just escape. Escape key. Once you have done, type Y. so that we will go to the ledger creation next part. Our next target, last target for today is ledger creation. Fine, okay, come back to this gateway of Tally. Come back to the Zoom screen. Later on, you can see those who have not seen, no problem. We'll go to the next step. Come back to the Zoom screen. Now we are going to learn how to create a ledger. To create a ledger, what is the shortcut key? Yes, type C. Type C in your okay. I'll create one ledger, then you can see it. So that simultaneously we cannot do it. So I'll just show you the steps. Then you create one by one. We will do it. No problem. So once you type C, what you get? You get accounting master. Accounting master is for what? Any master creation related to the accounts. Any master creation related to the accounts. That is, you can create your group. Already groups have been created, so I will not create any group. Then what I want to create? Ledger. So I'll select the ledger. If I want to create currency, in case of export and import, we need dollars for that purpose. Then voucher type also you can create, but already whatever voucher type is required for me, it is already created. I'm not going to create. Then same way, inventory masters are there. You can create inventory master also. So here now our focus is on what? Ledger. So we are going to create ledger. So select ledger. So once you select ledger, then we have to create a ledger. First is we have to give the name for the ledger. Normally what we do, one ledger we create by default is the capital account. Capital account. Say D.A.V is giving you some money, that is capitalist account is there. So I'll create D.A.V school HO. HO means head office. Just assuming that they are investing the money, or whatever name you want to give, you can give. Let's now follow the same name, but in your real life, whatever name the school is telling, that you can give as a capital or a liability, whatever it is. So now D.A.V school is what? They are investing the money in Vidya Saadhan. So what will be your grouping? This is your grouping. Under means grouping. By default, already I have said that grouping is created. So what you are going to select here, since it is capital, just select capital and enter. Right? So capital account, just select and enter the capital. So capital account is created. So capital group is selected. Now once I select capital, where this D.A.V school will be shown in my report. Once I select capital, where this D.A.V school will be shown in my report. In which report D.A.V school will be shown? Yes, in the balance sheet, in liability, under liability, in capital account, this report will be shown. Okay, so capital account is that. Maintain bill by details. Bill wise details is normally maintained only for the debtors, sundry debtors and sundry creditors. Otherwise, not required. So it will be no. Inventory value affected. So inventory value affected will normally be affected for which type of ledger? Which ledger's inventory value will be affected? Can you tell me? Yes, very good. Only purchase and sales ledger inventory value will be affected. Why? When I pass my purchase entry, I have to update that purchase with the stock value. That's why this inventory value affected. Yes or no, I have to give. Okay. So now inventory value also no. Then enter. If you want, you can provide the mailing details of the ledger, or else you can ignore, no problem. But for debtor and creditor, we have to provide Capital normally we don't provide, but if you want to provide, you can provide. No one is stopping. Just enter. If any bank account details is required, you can provide PAN number. So this part now we can ignore bank account details and all. We are not going to provide. Only ledger creation we are going to focus. Now, should I provide opening balance? Yes or no? Should I provide opening balance? It all depends. If your school is having any opening trial balance, then yes, opening balance should be provided. No, sir, I'm starting the project in the school this year only. Then not required. Then not required. So here I'll provide some opening balance so that we can understand the impact of opening balance, how it is going to affect. Okay. So opening balance required depends upon the situation, whether it is a new company or existing company. Here it is what it is we are assuming that this is a existing company and we are having the opening balances, right? So what amount? Say 1 lakh rupees. Already opening balance is 1 lakh. So type 1 lakh. So in the closing balance, I have to type 1 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh, and then be careful about the zero. In 1 lakh, you have to type 5 zeros and then enter. What has come? Once I type enter, what has come? Capital is credit balance or debit balance? Capital is credit balance or debit balance? How did Tally identify that it is a credit balance? How did Tally identify that it is a credit balance? How did Tally? Yes, very good, Rishikant. It is based on the grouping. So based on the grouping, Tally will identify whether it is a debit balance ledger or credit balance and give the value. And then enter. Enter. Right? So this way we have created, if I make page up, I will go to the ledger which is created last. So this is the entry ledger we have created. So is it any clear for you? Any doubt you have? Ledger creation, group providing, and the opening balance. Any doubt? If you have understood ledger creation, type Y, and now go to Tally and create the same ledger, similar type of ledger with 1 lakh opening balance. And one more thing, in the right hand side, you can see total opening balance. A small box is there. Difference is there, 1 lakh. Now, why this difference is we have not created all the ledgers. So once we create all the ledgers with opening balance, there should not be any difference. There should not be any difference. Okay. Now, I'll give you 1 minute time. Create this ledger capital account with 1 lakh opening balance. Once you are done, type Y. Once you are done, type Y in the chat box. Those who have created capital D.A.V school, create next ledger laptop. Next ledger laptop, give the proper grouping and opening balance 50,000. Dell laptop, you can create a ledger. Dell laptop, give the proper grouping and provide the opening balance. And once you have created the laptop, I want you to type in the chat box the name you have typed, hyphen the group you have selected, hyphen the amount you have provided with debit or credit balance. CR means credit. CR means credit balance. DR means debit balance. Those who have created capital account, next create a ledger, Dell laptop. You select the group, I will not tell, and then provide the opening balance 50,000. Once you have done in Tally, then type in the chat box the ledger name you have created with the group you have selected, and the opening balance with debit or credit what you have provided. So has everyone created the capital account ledger? Yes or no? Anyone still doing? Or you have any doubt? Dell laptop is what? It is used for business purpose. For my accounting entry purpose, I have purchased a laptop. Where will I show? That's what I wanted you to tell. It is used for business purpose. Where will you show? Dell laptop. What is the grouping of Dell laptop? Very good. Fixed assets. Be specific. Don't type assets. Select fixed assets. Very good. Fixed asset. Debit balance. Yes, very good. So now we have become expert in creating ledgers. So we'll create next ledger. I'm going to create just those who are finding issues in creating Dell laptop ledger. I'll create a ledger. So Dell laptop. Under what? Under fixed assets. Then maintain bill wise. No. Inventory. No. Dell laptop. Yes. Then provide the opening balance 50,000, whether debit or credit balance. Automatically it is selecting debit, so it is debit balance. If you are getting credit, that means you have selected the wrong grouping. Okay, now create the next ledger. Furniture and fixtures, 30,000 rupees, and then type in the chat box the group and the opening value what you have provided. Furniture and fixtures. Create the next ledger. Amount 30,000. Amount 30,000. Those who have created furniture and fixture, type Y in the chat box. Only two. What about others? Fine. So now we'll go to the next ledger creation. So Dell laptop is created. So I'll save it. Shortcut key for saving is Control A. Now you don't use it. Just you can make a note later on once you become little easy. Then you can expert. Furniture and fittings. Under grouping is fixed asset. Maintain bill by bill, no. Inventory value, no. Then opening balance is 30,000 rupees. Now create next ledger. ICICI Bank. Now no need to see Zoom window. You can be in your tally window, and what I tell you just create it. If you have any doubt, you can watch the Zoom window. Now only hearing. ICICI Bank. What will be the grouping of ICICI Bank? Can someone tell me, looking at the groups available? Most specific group, you have to tell me. Bank account, very good. If it is an OD account, then only OD account. Don't type current account. So for bank, you have to select bank account. If it is a loan, that is overdraft, then only you have to select bank OD. So type bank. bank accounts. Up arrow, down arrow. You can type or just type the 4 letters. Automatically filter will happen. Then up arrow, down arrow you can use, and bank account. Now once you select the bank account, what it asks? It will ask you the account details. So now no need to provide. If you have the details, you can provide those account details and configuration. Now we don't require. Just enter, and then go to the opening balance. Provide the opening balance. Say 36,000. 36,000 opening balance. It should be debit. Enter. Yes. So no ledger, that is the account details we are not going to provide. We are going to provide the amount as 36,000. So next ledger, last 2 ledgers we'll create, and then we'll stop today's session. One is sales ledger. So what sales we are going to type sales ledger. Grouping is sales. Grouping is sales account. Grouping is sales account. And in that, inventory value will be affected. Yes, inventory value will be affected because stock is going to be affected. Should you provide opening balance in the expenses or income ledger? Should you provide opening balances in the expenses or income ledger? Should you provide opening balances in the expenses or income ledger? Yes or no? Should you provide opening balance in the income and expense ledger? Yes or no? You are not getting the option to change inventory value, or it is by default you are getting yes or no? If inventory value you are not getting, that means you have not selected the grouping correctly. Did you select the group as sales account? Grouping, you have to select the sales account. For those for whom inventory value affected has not come, grouping, did you select sales account? Yes, you have selected. Then what you do is press F11. Press F11 function key. Press F11 function key. In that, check maintain inventory. Is it yes? Integrated accounts and inventory. Is it yes? Maintain inventory. Is it yes? Integrate accounts and inventory. Yes. Both yes means you should get it. So inventory value affected, yes. Are you getting or not? Just to check the grouping first, whether you have selected the sales account. You should not create the grouping sales account. You should select the sales account. Under should be sales account. The grouping should be under sales account. Yes, option not available. Option not available. Okay, just send me the screenshot. Send me to the madam. Maybe she will share with me. Those who are not getting the screenshot, I'll just check and tell you. So those who are getting, you can just give yes, and then I'll just check the screenshot why it is not coming, because only these 2 places where you have to do yes. Otherwise, so your grouping should be under sales, and inventory value affected should be yes, no opening balance for sales and purchase ledger. Okay. The next ledger is your purchase ledger. Create purchase ledger. Purchase grouping will be purchase account. Grouping will be purchase account. Again, inventory value affected. Yes, you have to give. Those who are not getting, some of you can send me the WhatsApp image or the screen image by WhatsApp. Madam, you can share some number from D.A.V, madam. You can share some number where they can send me the screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Then you share it with me.
Okay, sir.
In purchase and sales, there is no opening balance. In purchase and sales, there is no opening balance. See, when opening balance should be provided, opening balance should be provided only when opening balance should be provided only for the balance sheet item, not for the income and expenses item. Okay, opening balance should be provided only for the balance sheet item. It should not be provided for the income and expenses item. So till now, ledger creation, did you understand? Except the sales, someone is facing the trouble of that inventory value, except that part. So I want you to send two image. One is press F11 in the ledger creation screen and send that screen. And then in the ledger creation, when you create sales, you say that inventory value affected is not coming. That screen, these both screen you can share with me. I'll check and tell you in the next class what has to be done. So today what we have seen is, today we have seen the basics about the how to maintain accounts in Tally. What are all the different steps for maintaining accounts in Tally? 5 steps we have learned. Step 1 is company creation. Step 2 is ledger creation. Step 3 is stock item creation. Step 4 is voucher entry. 5th step is the reports generation. Then we have seen how to create a F11 function is not working. See, in your keyboard, there will be something called as function Fn key. If you are using a laptop, Fn1 key will be there. Press that and then press F11. It will work. Nowadays, laptops are coming with the function key. Because of that, it is not working. Press Fn1 key, it will be there in your keyboard, and then press F11. So we have seen this stock item creation, that is the first steps. Then in the steps we have seen today how to create a company. In create a company, you have to be careful about the name what you provide, then the state, address detail, and then the financial year and books beginning from. And then we have seen what are all these some shortcut keys in Tally, and then how to create a ledger. In ledger creation, what is important? One important aspect is the grouping and the opening balance. So we have created some 4 or 5 ledgers. One is capital account ledger with the opening balance with capital grouping. Then the laptop and furniture with fixed asset with opening balance. Then the bank account with bank account and the opening balance. And then sales and purchase ledger without opening balance. Some of you are facing issue. You can share me the screenshot. I'll just check and tell in the next class. So next class we are going to see about the for some other ledger creation and stock item creation, and then if time permits, voucher entry. Find any doubt you have, you can ask me, or else we can close the session. No doubts? Then we can close the session for today. Thank you all for your active participation.